Spawn, you are first. Congratulations. Yes, the losing streak is over. Until next week when you don't show up on time. How was your weekend, dude? By the way, you getting any more people join? You mentioned like a couple of weeks ago you've had a few people leave. Hopefully people are rolling in. Bam, bam, bam. Now it looks like the chat is working. Let me check my other screens. Perfect. Doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. Wow. Ooh. Bow, bow. Let me get this sorted. There we go. Alright, so this is... Where am I looking at? Just getting sorted. The other screens. Wonderful. They're all done. Man, so cold today. Sub past 1,000 subbers. Voted. Red. Voted? What'd you vote for? What'd you guys vote for? So is the subreddit getting a little bit busy now? I've still been lazy. I don't promise things, but I say things all the time to people that I'll get back to them, but work's just been so crazy as of late. And then when I'm not working, I try my best to settle down to some One Piece because I'm still on par to finishing it by the end of the year. But I feel bad. I keep saying I'm gonna... I still don't know my password for my subreddit, for my Reddit, because I keep saying I'm gonna join. I think I have it on my phone. Let me see if I got it on my phone still. Reddit. I think I have it on my phone. Where's the Play Store? I think if it installs, it will automatically log me in. And if that's true, then I'll instantly follow once it updates and stuff. But yeah, I'm doing okay. I saw the One Piece movie over the weekend, which was pretty good. I don't know if it definitely was underwhelming at first because it was more like a concert, to be honest, than it was a movie. But I got into it in the end. I just went in with the expectation of it being like a One Piece movie that I've watched. What did I watch what was the last one called? I can't remember. But I've watched most of them. I haven't watched maybe 2 or 3. So I was expecting like a lot of fights, some good story. This was a good story, but there's a lot of singing involved, which is good. I just wasn't expecting it, that was all. Still happy with progress. It was only 2 of you, right? So you don't want it to grow too far, surely. Voted in your midterms. First time doing mail voting. What's midterms? I don't understand. I don't know what midterms are. I'm European. I don't think we do. Isn't midterm something to do with school? Right? Isn't that a college thing or a university thing? But yeah, I think COVID has, not to say that it wasn't around before COVID, but I think COVID has given access to so many different different ways of communicating with people and fixing things. You know, things like emailing your GP or going to your GP or like your doctor and trying to get an appointment or sitting at the hospital for a long periods of time. You can now just text your doctor and they'll book you an appointment. You could do it all over the Zoom, you know, or WhatsApp or whatever. They'll take a look at whatever they feel like is wrong with you. and they'll diagnose you like there and then. Yeah, you need to come in. This is the cream you need to use, etc. Wouldn't expect singing, but makes sense. Pirate shanties. Well, it's a little bit more than pirate shanties. But yeah, I think if you're a One Piece fan, I would say go watch it. The only issue is I've got a friend who's currently only watching the dub. And I think they're only like 3/4 way through Whole Cake Island. And I don't think it shows off a lot of information. I say information, it's got some characters and some character abilities, like the Straw Hats have abilities that they don't use. They use like in Wano, but they show them obviously in the movie. So if you're really far behind or just watching the dub, it's not really friendly, I would say. I wouldn't call them spoilers because you still don't know the context of a lot of the characters that show up or why they're there. But the fact that you see them is kind of strange. And same with the abilities and stuff. Some of the characters will use a move or some sort of technique, and yeah, it looks cool, and yeah, you've never seen it before, but you don't really know where it comes from. So I guess there's not really spoilers. Yeah, but I think if you're a One Piece fan, you should go see it. I think it's pretty dope. It's crazy to go through some of the theories that I've seen on Twitter and Instagram. People talking about its connections into the One Piece world and its lore. And I know most of the movies aren't really canon to an extent. But this one seems to have some sort of connection to the main story. Not necessarily like the Straw Hats divert from like Whole Cake Island and then go do this movie and then go into Wano or leave Wano part way or anything. Just the lore and the history behind One Piece is quite obvious here in this movie. Let me get... Where are you? Bam. I am just manga. Joined. I've joined. I downloaded Reddit onto my app and I've just joined. And I've kept the app open as well. So when I get back, when I finish stream, I will do what I need to do. Bam, 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 bam. Right. So today's stream, I actually have an empty bookcase. I have it here. I do want to quickly try and put it up because I don't really have a lot of time to do it between now and tomorrow night before I go to bed. And I'm pretty busy all week, so I kind of just want to do it on stream just so I can get the video footage because I would like to make a video about it, and then yeah, it should take like maybe 10-20 minutes to hook up, hopefully not too long. Oh, midterms as it held in middle of the presidential term. Ah, okay, makes sense. See, whenever I hear midterms, it reminds me of like watching high school movies where they mention about midterms, and I thought it was just some sort of exam. That's why I'm confused. So I'm a stupid European. Do you enjoy voting? I struggle keeping up with our government. Obviously, our governments are completely different. And I know you guys, although you have a president, you have like 52 states, and each state is like governed differently. They don't all have the same rules and regulations. But here, it's just like one big prime minister, and then he kind of just rules. He kind of puts out statements and whatnot. But there's so many other parties that get involved, and to read up on them and what they want to do for the country and where their backing comes from, it's all too much for me. I CBA to keep on top of it. Ba, 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 ba. Let's move you here. What? What is this? There we go. Right, let me move this over So yeah, I watched the One Piece movie, which was pretty good. Like I said, if you're a One Piece fan, I would definitely see it. What's crazy is that I don't think it's a big milestone. A few people have mentioned this on Twitter, and I've seen like on Instagram how One Piece beat Black Adam. I heard Black Adam wasn't very good, so I don't think it's right to compare One Piece to a terrible movie that didn't do well in the box office. I think if you're going to compare the movie, you just compare it to Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen, which are really good movies and also Japanese anime movies, and compare it that way. Because if you're comparing a good movie to a terrible movie, it's not going to stack up really. But I think I think the movie's good. I think you should go see it. Oh, also a couple of weeks ago, I went and played the One Piece Odyssey demo, which was pretty okay. They're marketing it as an open world game, like the new Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and Breath of the Wild and whatnot, The Witcher. But I don't think the demo does it justice, because it's very linear. You start off at the beginning of a cave or the exit of a cave. You go through this linear path. You hardly traverse it, to be honest. Luffy walks around. He does his gum pistol to get around, and then you go through like turn-based battles. And because you're so overpowered, you kill everything in one shot. And then you have a boss at the end, and then it's over. And you don't really get the experience. So I think the demo kind of doesn't help sell the game. If I was to just play the demo and then someone tell me to buy the game, I probably wouldn't. But they're starting to add new information with regards to the story, and it looks like they're going to be adding, not adding, but like going back to some of the older arcs that we've already experienced. Although the box art for the game is, I think, more set in the post time skip, so they're all a lot older. You can see here, like, you've got Usopp and Nami and everyone in their new outfits, but Frankie, for some reason, is still pre-time skip. But it's set in Ennis Lobby, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. You wonder what the big next anime movie is going to be? I feel like it has to be another shonen series. It doesn't have to be, but I feel like it's going to be. I feel like a lot of like the standalone movies comes out, all the Ghibli stuff. I know Your Name was really big, and it was kind of overshadowed. It overshadowed, A Silent Voice, but they done pretty well. But yeah, in terms of like comparing it to like Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen, I don't know. I feel like it could only be another shonen series, and I don't think there's going to be another one, to be honest, unless Demon Slayer decide to do another movie. Because even the My Hero movies don't do that well. Like, they come out, people go and watch them, but I don't think they do as well in comparison to like the last two big movies that came out. I think their first movie done pretty well, but the last two haven't done great. But there's no really, I don't know. Does Black Clover's got a movie, right? That's just come out in Japan. I'm pretty sure it does. Black Clover movie. I'm sure it just come out. No? In Japan, I mean. Oh, the film came out last year. And the fact that we haven't got an English version makes me believe that it's probably not going to do so well. Ark, dude, how's it going? How's your absence away from Twitter? How's it doing for you mentally? Are you meeting up this weekend? Are you going to go to Comic-Con? I've got to text Cam. Tell him that I can't make it. Money and not prior arrangements, but something that's a little bit more urgent has popped up. I was just looking. There is another. Where is it? There is a. Makoto Shinkai movie, I'm sure, coming out 2022. I'm sure I saw an advert for it. Yeah, this one. I saw an advert for this when I went to go watch the One Piece movie. But yeah, again, this is kind of similar to, like, you know, 5 centimeters a second or silent voice. I think they'll do well, but I don't think they'll do like massive numbers. Nothing enough that it will get non-anime manga readers talking about. Yeah, I think if you enjoyed any of his other stuff, I think it's going to be good. He's doing great, not looking back. Good. I think it's good to step away from social media every so often, whether it be just like one app or the whole platform. Well, the whole thing, sorry, not just a platform, you know, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, everything. You're going? This sucks, man. He kept not pestering me, but he kept asking me if I was going to go. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to try. And then, yeah, just finances. I've had to purchase some other things that are a little bit more important. But also, I don't think I'll be able to make it in general. I'm pretty busy this coming weekend. But it should be good. Hopefully it'll be fun. Yeah, he mentioned, like, when I met up with him, what, 2 months ago now? A month ago? And we said that we'd try and do Comic-Con. And initially I said, yeah, let's do this year. And if not this year, then maybe next year. And I said I'd be happy to... Well, England isn't that big, so I'm happy to go anywhere. But yeah, it'll be good. I presume this would be the first time you've met him, right? He's a nice dude. He's a nice dude. He's chill. Cold turkey on social media. Yeah, sometimes it's better just to come off it completely, rather than like one app or two apps. Because if you come off, I don't know, if you come off Instagram, then you'll go to Twitter. If you come off Twitter, then you'll go to something else. And especially something like Instagram and Twitter, where there's like a constant feed of things to go through. Twitter's probably the worst because it's actual words of like negativity a lot of the time. I feel like, not necessarily, cesspool is probably the wrong word to use. I know a lot of people do call it that, but I don't think it's very healthy. I think a lot of people like to express their negativity rather than the positive side. Or it's the negative comments really that get more attention. So that's always like uplifted and added to people's recommended and stuff. Yeah, he's a nice dude. Hopefully it'll be a good weekend for you. I would say take loads of pictures and stick them on Twitter so I can see, but maybe get Cam to do it. But yeah, be interested to see what movie is going to come up next. I don't think we're going to see a really big manga movie come out anytime soon. One Piece might. The next One Piece one will probably be like a filler one, kind of like what they did with Gold. And the last one, whatever the last one was called, I can't remember now. It was not that great, so it's obviously gone out of my memory. But it'll be interesting to see what it'll be like. And last thing on anime, I don't know why, but it's not. I don't know why, but I'm not going to play the audio. But if you've watched Soul Eater, they started to re-air it in Japan, and for some reason they completely redid the animation. What is this opening actually? Um, I think it's a new song as well. But yeah, they've done some of the openings slightly different, as far as I'm aware. But it's crazy how we don't really. To be fair, I don't in the UK we don't have Toonami anymore. It's kind of died of death, especially now that Crunchyroll is around. But I know in America they still have certain shows, certain anime air on a weekly basis. I know they were doing it for Dragon Ball. But we don't get reruns like they did back in the day. But Japan, obviously, all the time. And then the Slam Dunk movie trailer came out as well, which I see a fair few people are quite excited about. It looks really, really nice. Well, for a 3D movie, I would say. It looks pretty good. I'm excited for it anyway. Have I seen Film Red? Yeah, I was talking just a little while ago. I've seen it. It was good. It's canon in the sense that the lore of the One Piece universe, I think, is canon. It's not canon in the sense that the Straw Hats had left the story of the manga to go do this thing and then come back. Because there's certain characters that show up that aren't part of the crew, or are part of the crew, and then they come completely at a random time. It's hard to say without spoiling it. Wow, I'm getting loads of these. You guys want a free girl chat? But yeah, I think it's canon. I'm looking into like some theories behind the movie and its connections to the manga. There are some aspects in it. What's crazy is that there's something that happened in the most recent chapter that has a connection to the movie, which was strange because the movie came out ages ago. And now with the most recent chapter that came out yesterday, people are starting to make a connection with it. So it's almost like Oda's put something into the story through a movie, like preemptively. But yeah, I think it's canon. I think it's canon. Just some of the characters that pop up are just so random as well. Now that I think about it, there are some parts that aren't canon. It's so hard. It's so hard to say if it's canon. I don't know if you've watched, like, chronologically, if you watch the Demon Slayer anime and then you go and watch the movie and then you can go straight into season 2. That's all chronological. That's all part of the same story, whilst One Piece isn't. But because it's based in the same world, there's an island that has never been mentioned before, but it probably does exist in the world. There's some sort of... Shanks is obviously in it at some point. No spoilers. But whether or not Luffy and Shanks meet up in the movie, obviously that can't be canon because they never meet up. They probably won't meet up until like the very end of the series. It's definitely not a follow-on. But if you're a One Piece fan, go watch it. Wonder if they'll redo Soul Eater following the manga. Yeah, it was the same studio as well, right? Bones did Full Metal Alchemist 2003 and Soul Eater, right? But yeah, I've not read... I watched the Full Metal Alchemist 2003 series and I loved it. And then I read the manga shortly after that. I was mind blown how different it was. But I enjoyed Soul Eater so much, and for some reason I never felt like I needed to go and read the manga. Although I know it is completely different, like the ending. Not to say that it's past its prime, but it had an anniversary a little while ago, which I think is why they started doing the deluxe editions. Or maybe they were doing the deluxe editions because Fire Force was doing so well. Obviously, same mangaka. But yeah, I don't know if they'd do one. And if they did, I don't know if it would be that successful. Because I feel like Shaman King had the same thing done to it, and no one's talking about Shaman King. I feel lots of people are buying the omnibuses because obviously, newer collectors, and also I think the original print of Shaman King didn't conclude the whole story. I think it was missing. Shaman King. 35 volumes it had. And we only... It says the original was 32 volumes. So that could have been Japanese. I'm pretty sure... Why is it so dark all the time? I don't understand. I'm pretty sure it didn't print like a couple. It missed out a couple of volumes, or maybe not. Maybe we did get all of them. Oh no, there we go. So we've got some extra ones because it says here that that Kodansha. It has Kodansha editions. There's 35, which is a bit strange. Either way, I feel like no one was talking about the Shaman King anime. So for them to go and do a Soul Eater one, I don't know. I just feel like it just wouldn't be worth it. I don't think many people would enjoy it. I would love to see it animated, but then again, I've never read the manga. But it's strange. I loved Shaman King, but I haven't watched the remake for some reason. Sarah, you don't have to apologize. And besides, you've only got 3 minutes until Himika releases her new video. Then you can leave again. Sorry, I have connection issues. You just leave me too much. They make it so that you like the movie, it's canon, and if you dislike it, it's non-canon. Yeah, basically. I think it's strange. I feel like it is half and half. The One Piece movie. It really is. And it was hard because I was trying to explain to my friend who only watches the dub that whether or not he should watch it. And obviously I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't seen it. But there are certain aspects of the manga that of the movie that trying to choose my words carefully without spoiling anything. Circle, how's it going? You can make it this week. What was you doing last week? Was you busy? Hopefully you was doing something interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Movies are weird. I feel like the best one so far has been Demon Slayer, but then again, that is just because it literally follows the story all the way through. Ah, so you're not. There you go. I've won a viewer. In saying that, I think they're doing a live stream next weekend on Saturday. They're doing, I presume it's going to be on Cake Tin's channel. Hey, I got rid of you earlier. No hot girls here. Except for me. Get out of here. Wow, 3 times again. All the hot girls. Alright, so I've spoken about a bunch of bunch of anime. What's a full swing today? I know, right? That's 2 in the space of like 10 minutes. Oh, you went to MCM on Saturday? Did you go Sunday? I did end up going Sunday. I said to a friend that I wasn't gonna go, and if I was gonna go, I should tell him, then he would come down. But I went because it was like a last minute thing, and I was already in London. So I figured just go. And to text him on the day and say, oh yeah, by the way, I'm at Comic-Con in the next hour, come down, would have been a bit of a annoying move. So I need to apologize to him. But yeah, I went on Sunday. I thought it was really good. I played the new One Piece game, which was okay. How much money have you got, Ark? Because it can be expensive. Not just like buying merch and manga, because they have manga there, obviously. But the food. Food can be quite expensive there. Well, in saying that, I don't know where the Birmingham one. Where is the Birmingham one? The London one was in the XL Centre. Circle, did you dress up as well, or did you just go and just chill with your friends, or on your own? I went with one friend. He said he was going to bring his kid, but he didn't. MCM Birmingham. It's in the NEC, the NEC Birmingham. What is that? Oh wow, that's a pretty big venue. Wow, very large. Look at that. Pretty big. So depending on how many like hangars it has, that'd be crazy. 35k people, that is a lot of people. I think there was probably, I paid on Sunday for the priority ticket, so 2 hours early. I was in 10 till 12, and there was, no lie, probably, I would say 400-500, maybe not even 400-500 people. Yeah, around, I would say 300-400 people for like 2 hours. But soon as 12 o'clock hit, there was thousands and thousands. It was crazy. Probably not 35. That's a lot of people. It could hold that many people, but I can imagine it's quite, tight. A little bit of sardines in there. Filthy casual by myself. Oh, dude, next year, maybe, when's the next one? March? We should go. It'd be fun. I'd love to go. You can bring backpack lunch. That's such a smart idea. And then just buy water. That's all you would need. Yeah, Sunday always tends to be like the least busiest day. I feel Friday, although most people want to go on Saturday, Fridays are normally quite quiet as well. But I feel like Sunday is always the least quiet, the most quiet, least busy. But yeah, you'll have a good time. I know you will. Have you ever been before to any of them? I didn't know that they did MCM Expo outside of London. I thought it was just the London one. Let me get rid of some of these. So what did I speak about? I spoke about some anime news. Also, what I thought was quite interesting is that the mangaka for Kaguya-sama, and who is also currently helping with Ashinokoi, they've announced that they are retiring. I've never heard of a manga artist saying they are formally retiring. I just thought they kind of just stopped and then that was it. I thought that was crazy. I've not read any of their works, and I know for Ashinokoi, I think they're just doing the story, right? They've got somebody else doing the actual illustrations. So who knows? Maybe he'll just continue just helping with stories. I guess it's easier to do the stories. And I can imagine working so hard and so many hours to fit in all the illustrations takes its toll. There's so many, as we know, hiatuses from injuries, back injuries, wrist. It's not good. Back in 2013, that was a long time ago. To be fair, I feel like I was a little bit out of place. I didn't dress up or anything. I just kind of went casually. I think I wore a hoodie, like an anime hoodie. But there's so many kids there, so many young kids, and they're so enthusiastic. Not to say that's a bad thing, But yeah, they like to be loud. They like to take up a lot of space. They're not socially aware of everybody, so that I can see people just walking, bumping into each other and stepping on people's outfits and clothes and stuff. So if I was to ever go again, I'd probably only want to go on a Sunday. Definitely have to do a Forbidden Planet trip up London. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, next year I'd happily go for MCM. Yeah, I don't know how big the Birmingham one is in comparison to the XL. The XL was huge, and it only had a couple of hangars, because they've also got in the XL, they've got the Jurassic Park exposition going on at the moment, and that's permanent until the foreseeable future. I think like 6 months. I think it's out for, maybe just till Christmas. But they have several other things going on as well. My friend, he works for a furniture company. He does all their websites, and they had a big e-commerce exposition there, and they were in a separate space as well, which is also quite massive. But they were already setting up for MCM, so the XL Center is absolutely huge. It's crazy. I don't know how many hangars they've got. Manga schedule is crazy. Yeah, they work stupid hours, as we know with like Hunter x Hunter. I don't know what his health issue was, but he was off for a long time. The guy who also does Black Lagoon, he's been off for like 10 years, and he's only just come back in 2020. He stopped, I think 2009 he stopped. He came back for a little bit in 2014, then he was off again until 2020. Sometimes the manga artist goes from like weekly runs to monthly because they just can't keep up with it. Too much pain in their backs or legs. I think it's obviously got the repetitiveness of like the drawing and everything. I think probably like the Wacoms that people use, the tablets, that's probably made things a little bit easier to draw, rather than using like the G pens that they use with actual ink and the pencils and everything. You're probably struggle, like got a lot more tension there, I can imagine. But yeah, man, I think they probably just didn't look after themselves very well, just constantly thinking about the next deadline. Surprised there aren't more mangaka dedicated solely to writing or drawing. Yeah, I think Obata, he obviously loves drawing. He's constantly, every like few years, I'll see he's created something new. Because him and the other dude who did Death Note, they're currently doing, I think, a monthly series at the moment. But then before that, he was doing something else. I think it's good. I think if you do one, it's so much easier. I think probably the ideas is probably the easiest. Not easiest in terms of like easy to come up with an idea, but it's like less strenuous, I can imagine. Obviously there's stress on making a series more interesting and engaging, and how to add new characters, etc., world building and all that. But I think in terms of like physically, it's probably less strenuous than the actual drawing of things. He has debilitating back pain, really ruined the quality of his life. I didn't know that. I knew he was off, and to be fair, I only knew his hiatus as a meme, that, you know, hiatus, ex-hiatus, and he's never gonna come back to manga drawing again. But I've never really, because I don't read it and I've not really looked into it, but damn, that sucks. Must be painful, isn't he? Because I know he came to he created a Twitter account a little while ago, didn't he? And I heard a few other people say that he's like doing bulk chapters, so he's like done X amount of chapters, and he's slowly going to release those every week, because they've started to show up in Shonen Jump in the last what, 2-3 weeks? But yeah, maybe they'll stop at some point, and maybe he'll be able to just slowly, you know, finish his series. Hopefully he finishes it not quickly, but in a way that will make him happy. And the last thing I want to talk about, what is this? The last thing I want to talk about, there was a bunch of announcements from Viz, and maybe one of you guys can help me with this one. But out of all of the announcements, the Night Captain is the new Princess to Be, which I believe is a shoujo, and then there's this probably manga of a light novel because the title is so long. Cat on the Hero's Lap. There are so many cat manga. I went to Forbidden Planet the other day, and there's like 4 cat manga out there, all different ones. There's Cat Gamer. There was a cat with a name I can't even remember, but there was loads of them. This obviously another one. This is the one. Is it this one? No, this is the one that everybody's talking about. What is this? What is Homunculus? Why is everybody so excited for this? So many like manga tubers that I follow on Twitter who don't even post content anymore have come out the woodwork saying, yes, I would make a video on this. I don't know what it is. I feel like so out of the loop. Who is the mangaka? What else did this dude do? I don't recognize any of his works. Cat manga takeover? Yeah, for sure. There's so many. And I'm a new cat owner, so maybe I should buy some. I used to not hate pets, but I was just indifferent about pets until I got my own. You've heard great things about Homunculus for years. You don't know anything about it though. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just out of the loop. Hideo Yamamoto. He also did these. He did Sheep. I don't recognize any of them. Homunculus was 2003 to 2011. How many? 15 volumes. And if they're doing an omnibus, depending what they do, that could be what? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. It could be 5 omnibuses. Or they could just go straight for 7 or 8 if they do 2-in-1s. The less you know about Homunculus, the better. You only heard it by name or series. All right. I will try and keep on top. The thing is, a lot of these companies, they announce that they're doing it, but I never know when the release dates are. Also did Ichi the Killer. Was that on there as well? Have you read this one? Oh, you've seen the film. It looks like it was a one volume series. Oh no, wait. What is this? There's 2 of them. This was 1993, and then it looks like he redid it again, or continued the story. 10 volume series. Did you watch the anime or did you watch the live action? Looks like there's a live action as well. Probably still based on the manga. Wait, who's that? Ryuichi Ikigami. No matter how much anime and manga you've read, there's always a name or a manga series that you've never heard of before. Oh, look, he did Spider-Man the manga. Yeah, I don't think I recognize any of this dude's work. Oh, you watched the live action, the 2021? 2021? 2001. Yeah, it looks like they did an anime adaptation back in 2002 as well after that. That's crazy. But yeah, a lot of Seven Seas have been hitting it really good actually. I feel like a lot of people have been giving praise to almost every release that they've come through with. Maybe just because, especially like all aspects of the manga community, especially shoujo. They've done a few shoujo series that have been in prison for such a long time. Yen Press as well, we've announced quite a few, and the shoujo community are really happy about that. And then obviously everyone else is just happy to get anything. I have no idea what this is. Some sort of, I don't know. It's probably a light novel. I only say a light novel just because of the long title, or a manga based on a light novel. Dark Horse needs to re-release Crying Freeman. Why do I feel like I saw that somewhere? Crying Freeman. Is that by... Oh, I don't recognize this guy either. What's Dark Horse aren't very good at reprints though. They tend to reprint whenever they feel like it. They print a certain amount, it gets sold out, and then they reprint it years later. I wonder if, does it say if it will be hardback, the homunculus? Probably not. Omnibus doesn't always necessarily mean hardback, but I've not, the only hardback I have is Villain Saga. So I don't know if Seven Seas just do hard. Actually, saying that, no, it's Dark Horse. All the Dark Horse comics that I have that are hardback, or like video game guides I have all hardback. I guess we'll see. Be interesting if it's hardback or not. Man, you guys are talking about all this manga that's really good, and I just keep adding every stream that I come here. There's always at least 2 or 3 new manga that I've never heard of before, and you guys just hype them up, and I just keep adding and adding and adding to my list. There we are. And the thing is, I add them to my list, and then I just don't buy them. Crying Freeman. And to be fair, I reckon if it's Dark Horse, I'm probably not going to be able to pick it up. So I may just have to see if I can find it online for a good price. Alright, the last thing I want to talk about, actually I'm going to have to zoop. There we are. So last thing I want to quickly talk about is the manga sales. It's not a big thing. It's mainly just Chainsaw Man. So this is last week's manga sales for Japan. And as you see, Chainsaw Man Volume 12 still up there. And if you look at this week's, although Chainsaw Man Volume 12 has kind of started to go down, less people are still buying it. What's crazy is if you look at the next rated, this was 2 weeks ago, you see Chainsaw Man Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4 all on the list. And this week, again, exactly the same. Chainsaw Man still selling 20,000 plus copies every single week. It just shows that the anime does have some sort of power, that it's come out of the woodworks. And all the fans, all the new fans, should I say, because obviously existing fans aren't going to be collecting it. But it's just crazy. Week on week on week, it just keeps selling more and more and more and more. The first week, I don't think, the first episode and the second episode, I don't think there were any sales. It's not until the third episode did they start to come out. And people were just buying them. But yeah, it's getting a little bit crazy now. This is, I think, the second week from 20 to 30. Exactly the same. So this is volume 5. 2 weeks ago, sold 22,000 and then sold 21,000 this week. But it's crazy how much of an effect that anime has. There's too much manga to read in one lifetime. It's not fair. That's true. I saw someone, who was it? I think it was Bizarre Individual. He liked a photo on Twitter. It was a picture of a ghost reading, just reading in a library, and the quotation was me coming back to life after not reading all the series that I wanted to during my lifetime. Bishop, Twisted Bishop, how's it going? What site is that for the manga sales? So this is, I believe this is from, this data is taken from Oricon, which is a Japanese website. But I follow a few people on Twitter that compile it into these nice looking illustrations. There are several people that I follow that do this, and they, although it is the same information, they highlight it slightly different. I follow this dude. I don't know how to say the Japanese kanji. It's at Josu_ke, I guess. Josuke, maybe. But yeah, there's a few people out there. If you want to check on the Oricon website, you can, but I don't really know how to navigate it very well. Oricon. It does have an English text at the top, but again, like I said, I don't know how to. Oh, there we go. I don't know how to. Bloop. Yeah, I don't know how to navigate it very well. That's the only thing. How do I do this? That didn't work. There we go. Slightly brighter. Chainsaw Man really deserved the attention. I think so. I honestly don't think. I know, Ark, you're not watching it until it's finished, but I still think that the manga and anime are completely different in terms of their art style. One definitely feels a lot more chaotic, but it still looks good. I still think the manga's better. They're just, I feel like there's two different mediums telling the same story. That's why they make anime. It's a really long advert for the manga. Yeah, it's just advertising, isn't it? That's why there's so many anime out there where people are begging for a season 2 or a continuation, but there never will be one because they just want you to go buy the manga. And as I've said before, we've seen it earlier on in the year with Spy Family. We also saw it even earlier on in the year with My Dress Up Darling, and then obviously the big anime and manga movies that came out. Anime movies and TV series, Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen, also contributed to their sales. Yeah, I don't know how to. It's not anime and games. I think it's just ranking. And then albums, anime, manga. I'm sure they have books. There we go. Comic week. Yeah. So here it is. This is it. I think this is just weekly, right? Yeah. So this is the website. You can go here yourself if you want, but I prefer just to follow a few people on Twitter because they know when it regularly comes out. I don't really want to I don't want to refresh this every day or every hour. But yeah, I think it's quite interesting. Not necessarily to, see if a series is popular, but see how well a series is doing and if it's gonna, be difficult to find when it comes out in English, if at all. What the hell is this on the side? Yeah, I follow this dude. He also posts up like a bunch of other manga news, like sales figures, and also he talks about Shonen Jump as well. I sometimes talk about this, and I always like to mention that Sakamoto Days normally has one of the biggest very good and good numbers compared to everybody else, and its very bad figures are always the lowest. And I'm surprised it's taken so long for them to try and sort out an anime for it. All right. Sorry, yeah, I had the mic off and I didn't realize it was off. My bad. Yeah, I wasn't really talking of anything of interest. I was just talking about the the figures for Sakamoto Days and how it normally does really good and very good. Gets very good and good scores most of the time, and hardly gets ever very bad, which I think is great. I'm surprised they haven't pushed for an anime adaptation much earlier. What has also been surprising is that Jujutsu Kaisen is starting to get a lot of very goods as well. It's been kind of sucking, in my opinion, the last few months. I've not really been enjoying the last arc, but the main characters have kind of come into play again. So I think the story is kind of ramping up again. People are getting excited. Now, I don't know if the fact that Hunter x Hunter is just coming back, that it's getting a lot of love. It's got 179 votes for very good and then 84 for good. I don't know if people are just excited for it or people are just being, nice towards it. I don't know. But I think it's good that it's come back. Although I've never watched it or read it myself. Been enjoying Sakamoto Days, the action and how drawn it's. Yeah, I think it's got a really nice art style. It's kind of sketchy as well. Like it's not perfect, which is what I like, but it's not on the same level as like Jujutsu Kaisen, which is really like pigeon scratches, which again I enjoyed that. But yeah, Born, you mentioned about the new 4 or 5 series of Shonen Jump series coming out. I thought that was a meme. I thought it was literally just some fan art of people saying, yeah, this is my new favorite lineup that's going to be coming. But it's crazy because they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I counted this a second ago. I thought it was 18. But the magazine normally has around 20 to 21 series running at any given time. And then obviously when cancellations happen, that's when obviously it dips down slightly, but it's not too long until a new series drops in. Normally you'd lose a series and then another one would come almost immediately. But I think I saw on Twitter earlier in the week or a couple of months ago that Shonen Jump is going to have to really look forward. No, I lie. It wasn't on Twitter. I was in Doofy's stream and a few people were mentioning how interesting it will be to see what the new, in this next year and a half, we're going to need some new series coming into Shonen Jump that are going to replace Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia, and One Piece, although One Piece will probably be going on for like 5-6 years, probably. We need like the next batch of action shonen series. It's great that we're getting a lot of non-action shonen series. Akane Banashi, PPP, Witch Watch and Blue Box I think are really good. Maybe not Witch Hat for me personally, but they're the series that seem to just kind of come in and then just fall off after like 20 chapters or maybe like 40 chapters. They just won't last very long, and then the action shonen series will just keep going and going and going. But at some point, the big ones, Black Clover as well, they'll stop. So we need to get something in. I don't know what, but we need to get something in. You finally read the first volume of Sakamoto Days, Blue Box and Fire Punch. What did you think of Fire Punch? To be fair, I don't know why I'm asking, because everybody says it's good, and I expect you to say the same. Fire Punch is interesting. I'm excited to read more. Have you got the whole series? I was half expecting Fire Punch to be like the next series that kind of gets bought out, but the volumes are still there, which I think is good. I picked up Look Back last week or the week before. I read that over the weekend. That was really good. But I think maybe when Chainsaw Man finishes the anime, I think people will pick up the manga more, and then I think people just want to move on to his next series, especially with January and I think February, March. We're getting the 2 omnibus, not omnibus, it's like a compilation of all of his early works. So it'd be nice to have like a shelf dedicated to Fujimoto. The first images didn't leave great impressions. Yeah, I generally thought they were just memes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Shonen Jump will look like in like, I don't know, 6 months time. Oh, you've only got the first volume? Well, it's regularly available, the next lot, so pick it up whenever you can. What did you think of Blue Box? I know a lot of shoujo fans aren't particularly happy with Blue Box because it's getting the first volume's obviously just come out. I think we're getting volume 2, I think end of December. It's getting a lot of hype from a shonen perspective, but there's so many other shoujo and josei series out there that deserve more attention and deserve to be printed. And I'm not here to say no, but I always think it's quite interesting when a romance series gets popularity. A shonen romance series gets popular, and then all the shoujo fans seem to dog on it. Not say it's a bad thing. Obviously, I'd be upset if I was in their shoes. Good. Hopefully, I won't be too far behind you collecting Fire Punch. Right, I think that is it for all of my anime and manga news. What I want to do now, what's the time? It is 9 o'clock. I've been streaming for an hour. I've got, let me quickly show you. This is all my manga. I have like, I think it's 700. How many volumes do I have? 738 volumes. There's like nearly 300 on the bed, or like 250 or 200, and there's like a load here. There's a bunch here as well. Because I've emptied out my shelf. I've just purchased a new shelf. It's the same shelf as I already have. But I don't think I'm going to be able to have enough time to do it tomorrow, or the day after, or the day after, or the day after. So I kind of half started doing it yesterday, and I never got around to finishing it. So I might try and finish it now. You really enjoy Blue Box even more. The concept was really intriguing, and the art looks great. Yeah, the art is really nice. I don't know what it is with shoujo fans, but I don't know. Maybe they just like their characters, because you get more of the female perspective in shoujo, but in this it's more the male perspective. I think it's really good, Blue Box. I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed it probably for, how many volumes is it? Chapters. What are we? Blue Box, Blue Box, Blue Box. We're at 76 chapters. That's a lot of chapters. So I think we're like 6 volumes, I think, in Japan. And I think I've enjoyed probably the first 5, I reckon. Not to say that it gets boring, but romance series can only go on for so long. And the sports aspect is very light as well. It's light enough that it's interesting and engaging, and short enough that it's not too boring. I haven't seen Blue Lock in stores at all. I don't even know, can you? Oh, I can buy volumes 1 to 5 in French. Oh no, in German, in a box set. All right, so volume 1 is already out of stock. Wow, I should have pre-ordered it. Volume 2 isn't available until November, so we do have volume 1. That's probably why I haven't seen it anywhere, because it's just out of stock. I should probably watch the anime just to see how good it is. I saw someone mention a little while ago that, do they have like powers in Blue Lock? Is it like is it Kokoro no Basket? They have powers, right? Or like they'll kick the ball and like fire comes out or demons come out. It's like Squid Game minus the death and with a football. Wait, what? How could it be like Squid Game minus the death? Yeah, I was talking to Sarah about Blue Box, the romance series. I may have said Blue Lock, to be fair. But I saw loads of American manga tubers getting it, but they didn't. I haven't seen it over in this country yet, and now I know why, because it's already sold out. Well, I may just have to try and collect the first volumes 2 and 3 when they come out. I'm just looking. Volume 2. Oh no, looks like volume 1, 2 and 3 are already out. But they're all out of stock. Great. Well, looks like I won't be picking up that one anytime soon. Blue Look is like 20 volumes or something in Japan. Yeah, we mentioned earlier, I think Bourne mentioned that it would have been nice if they did like omnibus editions to like help catch up. But what they'll try and do, or most likely do, they'll just they will release the series, the volumes, every 2 weeks just like they're doing with Tokyo Revengers, like every 2 months, sorry, not 2 weeks. Every 2 months they're releasing a volume, which is making it almost impossible for manga fans to keep up with everything. Which kind of makes sense why you would want to try and make a relatively short series, because if you've got I've got like 30 volumes, 30 series that I'm currently collecting, all ongoing, and if each one of them has at least 4 volumes come out a year, sorry, I don't think I'll be able to. I could afford to do that. I'm gonna have to wait until I can get some of them cheaper somehow, either used or I don't know, buy one get one free sort of thing. No powers but highly exaggerated. Okay. Are you watching the anime as well? Because that anime's out at the moment, right? What we now? We're spring anime 2022. I'm pretty sure the anime's out this year, right? Now. Should be out now, right? Oh, actually, no. No, we're not spring. Summer. Oh, no, we're fall, aren't we? We're fall 2022. That's why I can't find it. There we go. Yes, it is. That's the problem with these long-running series that are being printed. You look at JoJo, I think JoJo is a prime example. If I wanted to get into JoJo now, physically, very tough. Tough on my wallet. I don't think in print condition. I think it's regularly available. No, sorry, I was looking at... what was I looking at? Oh, where are you? Come to me. Full. There we are. Yeah, I was looking at... I was just seeing if Blue Lock was available, and it is. I was looking at spring when I should have been looking at fall 2022. Glazo. Just tuned in, wondering if I had an AniList account. I don't. I was planning on moving to AniList. A lot of the people I follow online and watch streams for, they are all on AniList. I've always been on Mal since, I don't know when, such a long time. But I would like to make the transition. But then again, I don't use it all that often anymore. I don't watch a tremendous amount of anime at the moment, just because this year I've been focusing on reading a bunch of manga. But I might transfer everything over. I don't know. The thing is, I like having all my manga all my anime listed how it is. I'd have to maybe just get an account to see what the interface is like and how it works. All right. I will give the anime a watch, and then hopefully, maybe see if I can find the manga. I'm looking now on Amazon, and yeah, it's all on back order, which isn't fun. All right, that is the end of that song. All right. I am going to try... It's annoying because I probably won't be able to interact all that much. Let me... what I want to do... I want to try and do this shelf. I need to get it up. If I don't get it up, then all this manga is just going to sit here forever. I could have not streamed and just gone straight to making my bookshelf, but it took me ages to try and sort it out. So I might just do that now. But I don't really have anything interesting to put on screen whilst I am doing this. All right, let me take the mic off. All right, that should be up now, up and running, hopefully, touch wood. I just had to disconnect my mic for the time being. Can't hear? Yeah, I was just disconnecting the mic and then I had to reactivate all the software and everything. Use AniList to organize your manga. I'll give it a go. At the moment, I use a spreadsheet for my manga. And I only have this just because I like looking at this number here, which is currently at 70%. And it gives me a good idea of how much, what's in my collection. Like a big overview quickly on what I have. These are supposed to work as well, but I haven't been bothered to sort those out. But then I just have this nice list of things and I can organize what I need, what's ongoing, what I'm up to date on. I've always loved using spreadsheets because of my work. And having different formulas to calculate things is pretty cool. But yeah, I think I'll try my AniList and see how that goes. All right. Right. Now what I want... Okay, so now I'm going to move real quick. But before I move... No, I'm just going to move. Bloop. And you don't need my face. Or do you need my face? What? That's my room. All right. Hopefully, I can keep this. All right, I don't think the... What? Oh no, it's cool. Come to me. There we go. Oh, it's so light. Right, let me put this little stand thing on. Alright, I don't expect anybody to stay here for this part, but... Alright, I don't expect anyone to stay here for this part, but I do need to fix this shelf because it's getting late and I need to do a little bit of hammering before it gets too dark and too late and then people start moaning at me. That looks like the kind of carpet you can make patterns with your feet. I guess you could. See if you can figure out what I'm drawing. You probably can't, because I don't even know what I'm drawing. I tried to draw Luffy, but I can't do his hair. Right, now I can see. Now I can see, and I have chat on my mobile. So hopefully you can just still... Actually, I'm going to change the music. I've got... Alright, my spare time, I love to listen to anime music. So let's see if you can guess all these 8-bit anime openings and endings that I have. You probably can't, but some of them are pretty good. Alright, I need to get set up. First things first, I need to move all of these shelves. So, where is the instructions? Okay, hopefully this should take no more than like 10-20 minutes. So all I need is... I don't need these. I just need to figure out, because although this is a normal bookcase, I'm not using one of the sides. I'm taking out one of the sides so I can implement the shelves directly into the other shelves. So I've done like some drilling and stuff. Hopefully I don't need to hammer too much. Last ones. All right. Okay, now I just need to put the shelves in. I think this is where I'm going to have the issue. Another one. And then one more. Okay, now I've got to secure these little plastic things into the screws. They don't fall out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so now I just need to tighten the lock in. Okay, the hard part is done. You have the same screwdriver. It's a cheapy Stanley one. Well, it's not cheap. No, it wasn't cheap. It's one of those ones that you turn it to tighten it, and then you don't have to take it out to reposition. You can just, which is pretty cool. And then you can adjust it to go the other way. And then there's also space for like different heads and stuff, which is pretty cool. It wasn't too expensive. My dad came round the first time, like a few months ago, because he wouldn't really come around during COVID. But the first thing he wanted to do was have a look at my toolbox. And yeah, all he did was judge me on my tools, or lack of, should I say. Alright, so these are the main ones. I need to put these, I need to put 3 of these hard pegs into the top, because these are going to go directly into the shelves of this other bookcase I have. Alright, and I think that is it. Every man needs a toolbox. Yeah, I live in a flat, so I don't really have a lot of space for toolboxes. And I kind of don't just want a toolbox laying around the room. I guess I could, it doesn't really matter really. But yeah, all my tools at the moment are in like, it's like a Billy bookcase, but it's like segmented, so like 4 and 4, like 2 square like boxes on each shelf, and yeah, they're just like thrown into like a paint roller canister. Yeah, I definitely need a tool, and definitely need a toolbox. Yours need a new handle. They're not the most comfortablest things to hold, hammers and screws and whatnot. Had to step away from what we're talking about. We're not talking about anything. We're talking about screwdrivers and tools. Sounds like a new manga title. Yeah. Every man needs a toolbox. Now, I'm not going to put this side on. This side's going to go flip straight over. So let me put 2 more of these in. Alright, so this goes in here. And then this squeeze in just here. Get in. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to have enough strength to do this. Alright. Let me move all my shrapnel to one side. Because now this is going to go horribly bad. I think I'm going to break something. Either this camera that I keep knocking, or the glass that is underneath it. That's not good. There we go. Born, I thought you'd already finished Blue Giant. Alright. Alright, I've messed up. I should have made these... markings earlier. Ah, here we go. Because now I don't think I'm going to be able to get it accurately. Let me score you off. Alright, I'm actually going to have to mute myself now because I've got to do some hammering and I don't really want you guys to hear the hammering because it's going to be pretty loud and not very comfortable. Right, most of the hammering is done. Man, I don't even need to be here. You guys are happy to talk amongst yourselves, aren't you? Why do I need to stream? So, Born, despite there being no music, you've still enjoyed it then? I guess it's more about the passion, right? Than the actual music itself. Also, are there any lyrics? Or is it more just like jazz that they play? Okay, I think I'm done. Next thing I need to do is lift it up and then shove it into the other bookcase. Which I don't know if I can do. So guys, I'm moving you. Is it scary though? That's what I want to know. Alright, I don't know if I could lift this now. I might hurt myself. Will this be supported? Okay, so this is how the bookshelf is supposed to look. It's supposed to fit inside the other bookcase. I've actually drilled holes like here and at the top, and I'm supposed to put all the other shelves again, like connecting to them, rather than having, because if I had this side also covered up, then I wouldn't be able to get to the manga that's tucked away in here. I kind of want to have all of it visible. I think I got a splinter. Yes, I had a splinter. I don't know if this will work at all now. Keep touching the back, which is all wood, and I keep getting splinters. Ugh. Ah. What? I think this is I think this was a bad idea. I don't think the bookcase is going to work as well as I thought. The issue I have is that the pegs aren't going in. I think I've drilled them wrong. Music changed to boss music as soon as I said it weren't going to work. Yeah, I think I've been defeated by the shelf. Or my own measurements. Let me take all this out. It's probably hard to see, but there's these little holes that I've drilled in. I've drilled in these little holes so the shelf can go directly into another shelf. And the same with down here and up here as well. The issue I'm having is this one can't go any further because these ones are being blocked. So they're not going in because these ones aren't going in. I don't think I've aligned them very well. I think I know what I have to do. I think I have to take this bookshelf away, flatten this bookshelf on its back, and then use gravity to force itself down and then lift the whole thing back up. But I don't think I'm strong enough to do that right now. It's too late and I'm too tired. Alright, I'm moving you again. Okay, I should be good to go now. But that's kind of how I wanted the shelf, like that. You can't see it all that good, but it's better than nothing. What is this? Oh, this is the second opening for Demon Slayer. Why is this bent? So white in my room? Yeah. Well, I didn't want black. I say I didn't want black. I didn't really want black, but they didn't have any other options when I was looking at shelves. It was kind of the only one. And I feel like if you start off with white, you can then paint whatever you want. To be fair, the rest of the room is still white. The carpet's grey. The desk is black. The PC's white as well. And so is the bed behind me as well. It's also white. Now you got me conscious. Now I feel like I need colour. I should paint it maybe. Oh, I forgot to show you. I got this really cool mat when I was at Forbidden Planet. Forbidden Planet? The Anime Expo. Check out. So it's a full-length PC mat, which is perfect because at the moment I'm either using like a Yu-Gi-Oh mat, which is a little bit too small, or I'm using 2 mats. At the moment I'm using 2. It's a black one here, then a blue one here. But there were so many nice ones, I decided to pick this one up, only because the desk is black. I wanted something a little bit brighter. Most of their other mats were black. But considering Chainsaw Man's just come out, I thought this was a perfect one to get. And plus this side is clear and clean, so I can do whatever I want here. But it looks pretty good. Well, I think it looks good. Tank. Do 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 do. Yeah, it looks alright. That's good. I also got this poster from Viz Media. I bought some manga from their stand. They said I can get a free poster. I had some My Hero ones. There was a couple of other like girls wearing like nothing, but I didn't want to pick up one of those. So I decided to pick up this. Not that I'm really a poster man anymore. Maybe I'll stick it up on the bookshelf. I also have, just quickly whilst I'm here, I do have one little bit of manga unboxing. This is Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai Volume 3. Now this was part of my £150 manga challenge that the Nerd Lounge is doing, well, has done. I'm going to be probably putting out a video sometime soon with it. This came late. I've recorded pretty much everything for it, so I'm not going to include this one in the challenge. This was £11.21, and because it didn't show up on time, I then added that £11.21 to my list for going out to a physical store. So I can't actually add this one back in because it will mess up the figures. So I just won't include it. It was free postage anyway, so I don't really mind. You give the poster to your boss at work. Actually, I don't even know what it says. I just took it. A cock's got to do what a cock's got to do. And it says he doesn't give a cluck. That's pretty cool. I think this side looks best. Looks pretty awesome. Alright. I think that is it for the shelving. I think I'm going to have to come up with something else tomorrow. Maybe I'll wake up early and just try and brute force the whole thing. Like Circle said, take a hammer to it in. But it's getting a bit too late for me to start making too much noise now. That was bad enough. But it's 10 o'clock now. So I shouldn't really make much more noise. Just last thing before I go. Evangelion? Yes! You are right. Cruel Angel's Thesis, right? Is that the name of the song? I think. Get in the robot! Do, do, do. You know the classics? Yeah. Most of the music that has been playing is not classic. I think this is the oldest thing in the playlist that I have. The rest of it is all in the last 5 years. And with that, that actually ends the playlist. But yeah, just before I go, I do want to update my manga list real quick. I have all this stuff written down, I think. What have I read this week? I read Look Back. Yeah. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 volumes of One Piece. And then I also read Welcome Back Alice Volume 3. So that's not 7, 8, 9. That's 9 for the week. What was the day? Last week, I don't think I added anything. I'm gonna have to check through my diary to see because I haven't updated November at all. I'm pretty sure I updated last week. You know what? Let me take that back because I may not have updated last week's. But what I will do is update my spreadsheet here. So let me quickly just do One Piece. Where are we? One. Nope. One Piece. Nope. Come back. I'll try to do that. What was on 70.19%. What do I think of Volume 3 of Welcome Back Alice? I now understand why lots of people started saying that it's weird. Some people, I even saw some people say they were going to drop the whole series. Not a lot can churn my stomach, to be honest. Normally blood and gore can, not in manga format. But the topics that Welcome Back Alice is tackling and what it's currently going through, I mean, I can't sympathize with any of the characters, but I can understand the manipulation and wanting like attention from a lot of people. It has taken a weird turn that I wasn't expecting. To say I'm looking forward to Volume 4 is probably the wrong word to use, but I am intrigued to see what happens next. Yeah, I think it was good. The only thing that always sucks about Shuzo Oshimi's works is that it takes 25 minutes, 40 minutes to read a whole volume, and it's over in a flash. But yeah, I think it's good. He really knows how to make you uncomfortable in ways that are outside of showing blood. He's got a big thing for like coming of age and sex. I don't even know how old the guy is, but he's probably pretty old. He's been doing manga for a long time. But yeah, Volume 3 definitely reminded me very much of Flowers of Evil. Yeah, Flowers of Evil I feel like was kind of similar in a sense. Young high school kids, virgins, most of them, but they all one of them always acts a little bit more, I know, mature or intelligent than the others, like more confident as well, which kind of has a knock-on effect on the other characters who aren't as confident in anything in their lives. Yeah, no, I think it's pretty interesting. I've really wanted to read Blood on the Tracks. That's Shuzo Oshimi, right? Blood on the Tracks? I'm sure it is. Yeah, it is. I don't have it, so I wasn't too sure. But yeah, I hear a lot of people say that this is really uncomfortable. But I'm struggling to find the volumes. So in saying that, there was a great eBay pickup the other day. I think 11 or 12 volumes. It was less than like £7 a volume, but I just didn't have the cash to pick it up, which kind of sucks. the bonus material of him and Welcome Back. Yeah, yeah. I feel like there are other manga artists that also do that, something similar. Yeah, I think he's an interesting character. You're gonna wait till it's finished. Yeah, I think probably that would probably be the best way to read his works because they are so short. You just want to binge the whole thing. I really don't want to wait to read the next few volumes of Welcome Back, Alice. Shuzo Oshimi, that's currently, yeah, it's currently ongoing. There's currently 5 volumes of Welcome Back, Alice. Next volume comes out in December, and then probably, who knows, maybe early 2023. Bow, bow, bow. Blood on the Tracks is suffocating. I think I'd like it, no. Definitely what his strings works. I don't really know what it's about. Is it about a mum and a mother and her child? I presume, from the way people talk about it, I presume that the mother is way too smothering over the child. Wouldn't be surprised if Oshimi made a manga about a guy with a Oedipus? Who's that? Is that the Greek guy? Oedipus. What is that? What is that complex? What does that mean? Tell me, Ark. Let me quickly do this. Where was I? One Piece. I'm currently at volume... What am I reading now? I'm reading 53, so I'm at 52. Welcome Back, Alice. I just read volume 3, and I also read Look Back, volume 1. I also read something else, but I'm not going to put it on here because I'm going to wait until it's on my... until I've uploaded the video about it. 70... what? I've read 9 chapters and it puts me up just over 1%. Man. I haven't got long, but I should hopefully, if I can get 100 to One Piece, I think that still puts me, yeah, still puts me at 77. So I still need to read a fair bit more. I think I need to go 111 or 115. It's a lot. It's a lot. Happiness is good. It flows better reading volume back to back as they are quite short. Obviously, it requires to have another. Yeah. Oh, Sarah, you've only read volume 1 of Oshimi. That's a lot. That I'm pretty sure that one's older, right? That's really old. Not really old, but 2015 to 19. I feel like he just comes out with, not necessarily bangers, but he comes up with a new... I'm just looking at his Wikipedia page. And literally every time that he finishes a series, he starts up a new one. The longest, like, interval he's had is between Drifting Net Cafe, which ended in 2011. Oh no, he started Flowers of Evil at the same time. That's crazy. Since 2001, he's like constantly been making manga. That's ridiculous. Complex is someone who has a sexual attraction to their own mum. Ah, that's what I thought Blood on the Tracks was. I guess it's not. Maybe it's the other way around. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I don't know if he's got a thing about sex, but I think he's got a thing about uncomfortable relationships, sexual relationships most of the time, to be fair. Whether it's a coming of age thing or, you know, people are older. Has anyone read Inside Mari? Does anyone know what that one's about? Because although I've only read The Flowers of Evil, but I've heard of most of his other stuff. Like we just got Devil's Ecstasy. I've never heard of The Drifting Net Cafe. But I've heard of Inside Mari, Happiness. I've heard of Lily, although it doesn't look like we have that. It was a single volume. Sweet Poolside. 1 volume. It'd be super uncomfortable. Yeah, of course it would. Definitely. He's probably... It wouldn't surprise me if he's already done, like, incest. Your reading log is shameful. What's the most shameful thing you've read? Alright, let me put these volumes back. Oh, I said I'm at 71%, but now I've just added... Where are you? Is that a D for Dragon Quest? Or is it A for Adventures of Thigh? There we go. Adventures of Thigh. I think we're at volume 5 now. I've got volume 3. So I was at 70... I'm still at 71%. Man, that sucks. I need to stop buying manga. I don't think I'm going to buy any more manga until the end of the year now. Inside Mari Volume 9 is the last one. Should release at the end of the year. Yeah, it looks like it's... Although we got 2 back in... I don't know, it looks like we're getting what we've got 1. I don't understand what... I don't understand publishers, because Inside Mari came out 2012 to 2016 in Japan. And then we got 1 volume in 2018. Then we got 4 volumes in 2019. And then after that, we got 1 volume 20, 1 volume 21. And then the last 2 volumes, 8 and 9, haven't come out yet. Or they haven't got dates on Wikipedia anyway. But then you got series like Tokyo Revengers. They're just like bang, 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 bang. Blue Lock, bang, 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 bang. Every month, every other month. I don't understand it. Doesn't make sense. Inside Mari is supposed to be like Freaky Friday. Like body swapping shit. Oh, to be read is shameful. My bad. Yeah, I think that's all of us. I think that is most of the manga community. At the specifically most of the like manga tubers. And I find a lot of the people that I follow on Instagram, they tend to buy a lot, but they also read a lot. A lot of the people post up like weekly reading logs, and they read anywhere from like 10 to like 25 volumes a week. I don't know how people are able to do it. It just doesn't make sense. I think the most amount of manga I've read in a week is 20. 20 was January, February, March. Around March. I took some time off in March. So that was probably around the time that I did the Forbidden Planet trip. And I read 3 volumes of Full Metal Alchemist, 9 volumes of Chainsaw Man, and then I read 3 volumes of Die Dark in the space of 2.5 days. So it was 15 volumes, and then obviously another 5 probably for the rest of the week. Yeah, but it's hard to read so much manga. But it's so easy to buy it all. Do I have a favorite mangaka? I don't, because I feel like, to say for me, I haven't read a tremendous amount of manga, less than 100 series, and I feel like to say a lot of the manga that I've read, the mangaka have normally only had released one series, so I feel like to say that if I have a favorite mangaka, I have just a one favorite manga series, and in my head that will just translate to Oda, because One Piece is probably my favorite manga, not because I think it's amazing, but because it makes me happy and it ticks all my boxes. But yeah, I don't really have a favorite mangaka. Yeah, I can't even think one off the top of my head. Um, yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I can't think. I have like a favorite art style, but so many manga artists hit that for me, which is like the unfinished sketch like looking uh characters, like Jujutsu Kaisen. The characters just don't look finished, like it's a rough draft. Or Blue Exorcist is very similar. Taiyo Matsumoto as well, his looks very rough. I really like his work. But yeah, no, I can't say I have a favorite mangaka. And then I really like on the other side of the spectrum, I really like Murata, iShield 21, artist for One Punch Man, super hyper detailed. Obata from Death Note. You need to up your reading game. Yeah, don't we all? Your favorite mangaka has to be Shuzo Ishimi. So far, I've only read 2 of his works, but yeah, I've enjoyed his stuff. I think and it sounds like all of his works are very, very similar. And I think if you like anything, like if you like any one of his works, it sounds like you're going to enjoy the rest of his works. Because the moment I started reading Welcome Back, Alice, I had the same vibes as of Flowers of Evil. And someone told me if I liked Flowers of Evil, then I would like Happiness. So it sounds like it's very, very similar. Right. It is that time of the evening, right? End the stream. Dudes and dudettes, thank you very much for chilling with me. It's been so enjoyable. I don't tend to go live with the expectations of speaking to many people other than Born, because Born is here all the time, and if Born is never here, then I have no reason to stream. I stream only for Born. But yeah, thanks for chilling with me. Thanks for checking out all the new anime and manga news. Thanks for sticking around for me to fail at my bookshelf. I'm sure the shelf will fix. Yeah, I think tomorrow I actually have some time off work. I'm working tomorrow and then I'm off Wednesday until Friday. I've got some things to do, and hopefully if I can, I did say I wasn't going to have a lot of time, but I'm going to try my best to fix it. It didn't go to plan, but I don't think it's sturdy enough to have any manga books on there. I don't know. It fits 2, but I don't think it will fit that many. Yeah, Ark, you take care. I know you're away from social media. If you're here next week, you're here. If you're not, you're not. But if you're not here next week, enjoy Comic-Con. It'll be fun. I'm going to text Cam later, tell him that I'm sorry that I can't make it. Yeah, it's been fun. I mentioned last stream that I was thinking of doing a game show, which I might try and do next week if not next week. I kind of want there needs to be a fair few people for it to work. So I'm going to try and hopefully do it next week, but I'll have to wait and see. Whoa, see how people feel about it. But it's a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire kind of type deal, but with manga. Alright, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, weebs of all ages, I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. Thanks for chilling. And I'll see you all next time. Peace. Yes, game show. That gives you a reason to come back next week, Sarah. Good. Sounds like you guys are going to enjoy it. All right, I'm out. Catch you guys later. Bye.